10 things I wish I knew as a bride. You might have seen that it was Lyle and I's wedding anniversary just a couple of days ago on May 10th. So I finally posted our official wedding day video from our videographers. So since it's been a year, it feels like it's a good time to share with you all of my advice for new brides and everything that I wish someone had told me before getting married. Number one is that it's not just one thing that will go wrong, it is multiple things that will go wrong. Leading up to my wedding day, a lot of people told me this advice that, so something's going to go wrong and you just have to brush it off. It actually, for me, and I know that no experiences are unique, that this is the case for everyone, is that more than one thing goes wrong. A lot of things go wrong, and you really do just have to brush it off, because otherwise you're going to ruin the day for yourself. I feel like I'm such a perfectionist, and I really got caught up in the things that went wrong, and it really got me down. And that's why I really wish I could relive my wedding day over so much, is because I feel like knowing how it all was going to go, I could just live it again and just fully embrace, live in the moment and enjoy it. Obviously, the things that are going to go wrong, you can't predict them. And even with all the planning and all the thought and all the nights up in the world thinking about it, you just can't do anything. It's out of your control. It's just life, you know? As much as you can, just brush it off the shoulder, move on. And that actually leads me into the second thing, which is designate someone to be your bad guy. So, for example, if you have someone that you trust, maybe it's your maid of honor, maybe it's your mom, your wedding planner, if you have a bridal attendant, one of your bridesmaids, someone that you trust to basically handle all the things that you shouldn't have to handle, because it's your wedding day. You're the one that should be enjoying it the most. You shouldn't have all this weight on your shoulders. So if, say for example, I'll give you an example from my wedding day. So we got off schedule because the hair and makeup artists were supposed to start at a certain time. Turns out they had an old version of the schedule that I had sent to them, and they thought that they needed to start later. So when they arrived and it hit the time, I told my first bridesmaid, go see the hair and makeup artists. Hair and makeup artists said, no, we're not ready yet. We're not starting until this time. And so then I was like, I had in the back of my head, well, we need to be done by this time because the photographers are starting at this time, blah, blah, blah. And I just thought, like, I just didn't have it in me to fight. But your girls will fight for you. I actually just found out, one of my friends was telling me how much one of my friends was fighting for me on my wedding day behind the scenes that I didn't even know that she did. She was like my little soldier. I need to go give her a hug. But that's an example of something that I could have told her and said, like, hey, can you be a little more aggressive with them, because I'm just not an aggressive person. And so anyways, that's just an example of like someone saying the hard things for you that you don't want to have to say. And yeah, these things will come up. So even just like having a conversation with that person ahead of time, and just saying like, look, I need you to be sort of on my side this day. Let me sort of whisper things to you on the side of what I need, and guarantee you, if they're the person that's close to you, they will be more than happy to do whatever is need to be done for you on that day because they love you. So yeah, that's my second piece of advice. Third thing I wish I knew was buying your veil and or any other hair accessories that you're going to have in your hair before your hair trial. That way you can bring them with you to your hair trial and try it on, because maybe the hairstyle that you want to do doesn't really work with a veil in it. Or maybe you need to buy a different type of veil that has a different type of comb or clip in it. Like for example, like if you're doing a French twist, but then if you were to put a comb in it, it would ruin it. Things like that. Also, make sure that your hair and makeup artist, or specifically your hair person, sticks around so that they can actually like put the veil in and out of your head, because obviously they're going to do it in a way that doesn't mess up your hair. Also, to add to that is to buy your veil at the same place that you bought your wedding dress, because then you can make sure that it's color matched, because obviously there's multiple different types of white and you don't want the white of your veil to be a totally different white than the white of your dress. I have a friend who went to a wedding and she told me that it was very obvious that the veil that she had got was was just a totally different type of white and it didn't look good. But if you go to the same place that you bought your dress, they can actually put this dress sample back on you to then try on the veils with. So then you can make sure that it all looks good together. Point number 4 is to make a wedding email address. This is such a good tip because you actually do receive so many different emails when you're planning a wedding, just from every single vendor, like multiple emails from every single vendor. There's things that you want to hold on to and like remember and like all these different things. So if you create one email address just for wedding stuff, it'll be so much easier for you in the long run. Point number 5 is that wedding dresses actually take 8 or 9 months to come in from the time that you've picked it and order it. So you do need to start looking much sooner than you would think. I wish that we had all the time in the world to find the perfect dress. It would just be so much better that way. But most places you do need to have a long leeway time. I mean, don't rush into finding the dress by any means. I definitely took months. But if you are getting married within a year of getting engaged, just know that, you know, there is a bit of a timeline and you do need to start looking. It is so much fun, but you don't want to have FOMO of not picking the right dress, because I know like after I picked my dress I had to unfollow all of the wedding dress designer accounts that I had been following, because otherwise I was going to see something that I liked and then second guessed it, because there's just so many pretty wedding dresses out there. But yeah, do your research, be thorough about it, but know that you know, you don't want to cut yourself off from a certain dress because you can't have it in time, for example. So yeah, just know that there's a balance. Take your time, but hurry up. Piece of advice number 6 is, if you want to keep your wedding flowers the next day, you should specify that to your florist, or else they will be gone, just like poof. You spend thousands of dollars. Sorry, I say it like that because it's like really frustrating thought that flowers can cost that much, but everything for weddings seems to have a premium on it. But yeah, you spend so much money on these beautiful flowers, and the next day we woke up and they're setting up for another wedding and all of our flowers are just poof gone. I have no idea what happened to them. But yeah, if you want to keep the centerpieces, maybe give a centerpiece to everyone in your family or your friends, anyone that wants them. Bring them home if you can, if you're not going on your honeymoon right away, because obviously then you're going to be stuck with a house full of flowers and they're just gonna die before you really get to enjoy them if you're going on your honeymoon. We had a week in between. So yeah, I think we were able to, there was like one table centerpiece that survived that I took home, maybe 1 or 2. But other than that, everything else just disappeared, which was sad. So yeah, specify that to your florist. Number 7 is be careful tanning ahead of your wedding day to avoid weird tan lines in your wedding dress. So if you are someone who likes to lay out in the sun, at the beach, gardening, going for walks, be mindful of the top that you're wearing. Maybe you need to really lather up in sunscreen. I was super careful, and even though there was nice, beautiful spring sunny days, I was in like long sleeve tops because I was like, there is no way I'm having a weird tan line in my dress. My dress was like basically, it wasn't strapless, but it had like the straps were across the arms right here, so this whole thing was open. So I was like, no weird tan lines. Even if if you are getting a spray tan, because I actually did get a spray tan, and it was my spray tan artist who gave me this advice. She said, even with a spray tan, just stay out of the sun, because if you did a spray tan trial ahead of time and you hadn't been out in the sun, then if you are out in the sun and then you do your spray tan for your wedding day, it's going to come out much darker than your original trial was. So just stay out of the sun, or just wear strapless tops. I mean, whatever is for your dress, but just something to think about, something to be aware of. Tip number 8 is to have your own dedicated makeup artist. So many people gave me this advice leading up to my wedding day, and I thought that I was going to remember that, but then when I actually picked my makeup artist, I didn't. I feel like I've kind of put my makeup artists down in this. They were amazing, like incredibly talented. The girl who did my hair and my makeup and some of my bridesmaids and my mom's makeup, she has done like all major magazines, Vogue. She's done celebrities makeup for the Met. Like, she is incredibly talented, okay? Like, and anything that I had asked her to do, she would have done, and she could just execute anything. Like, she has that clear, like, artist's sort of mindset and vision, and that's exactly what I wanted. I'd highly, highly, highly recommend them. So yeah, she was amazing. I feel like I need to preface this, but the thing is that if you don't have a makeup artist that's only doing yours, then there's going to be obviously time taken away from doing your makeup for everyone else's makeup. So when it comes to the bride, obviously, like, you are going to be needed for photos like right after that. So if you can put yourself as first, I would do that. I thought that I wanted to put myself as makeup last for the day because I wanted my makeup to look fresh for the photos. However, there's setting spray, there's other things. You're kind of cutting down on the time that you can take photos and videos and things like that. And if you have your own dedicated one, then they can start on you whenever. And then the other makeup artists that you've hired can work on everyone else. Number 9 is trying not to people please too much. The day goes by so fast, and you really do just have to enjoy it. You have to remember that everyone that's there, hopefully, is there for you. And if you are a people pleaser like me, it can be hard to sort of enjoy things when you feel like you have to almost like manage all these other personalities around you. Remember that it's your day. I know that it's also is such a big deal to other people, especially the people that are closest to you. So they might want something a certain way, but it's not their wedding day, it's yours. Piece of advice, or just something to know, number 10, is that this might come up, is that somebody who is either close to you, can be very close to you, someone whose opinion that you value or matters to you might say something hurtful to you, whether that's on your wedding day, it could be leading up to your wedding day, it could be the day after your wedding day when you're still in that happiness bubble. And you just have to realize that like everyone is going through their own things. Just don't let it get you down. People might be, like I said, going through their own things. Maybe seeing you so happy makes them hurt, and you do need to be mindful of that, of other people's feelings. Just sort of give them grace, or just understand. If you did nothing wrong, you don't owe them an apology, but it can be very hurtful when somebody says something to you that just feels like it comes out of left field and feels like it bursts your happiness bubble. This might even be multiple things that people say to you, and it could be something regarding, your planning, or something that they felt that you did wrong, or it just anything that hurts your feelings. I feel like I had this sort of idea that like with my wedding day, like this is going to be the happiest, most special day of my life. Everyone just hold it together just for one day, please. This is my happy day. But people don't think that way. They think about themselves. unfortunately, you know, that's just kind of life and that's how people are. And if something is getting you down that somebody has said to you, to try to remember all of the really good things that happened. I actually just had a talk with my close friend about this, is that she was saying, like, tell me right now 3 things from the day that went really well, and have those, you know, be your closest memories. Don't think about this thing, you know? So I'm not trying to, like, you know, say anything. I'm just saying, like, there's one thing I've learned from watching TikTok videos, is that, like, every experience you think has only happened to you is, like, there's, like, no unique experiences. It's happened to everyone. So I say this as a piece of advice because I'm so sensitive, and I felt like, you know, everyone would just keep their opinions to themselves on things, but people can't do that. So just learning the sort of tactics of getting that out of your mind and just enjoying the day, because as the bride, this is your day. It is not anyone else's day. It's yours. And I know that it means a lot to other people, but no, it means not. There's no possible way it means more to anyone else other than you. So brush it off. Learn how to brush things off. And then the last thing, just throwing this in here, is the wedding book by Mindy Weiss. If you are like, you've just gotten engaged and you have no idea where to start, this like starts from like day 1 of your engagement. From like the moment you've got engaged to the moment you are wrapping up your wedding day. It has everything you need to know in it. I've always said, like, my next friend that gets engaged, I am buying her this book as an engagement gift, and I'm giving this to her because it's just so good. Everything is in there. It's just the best book. So yeah, I'd buy someone that. And yeah, that's everything. I just felt like there's some things that I wasn't expecting on my wedding day that I just feel like would be good to know. And now that it's been a year later, I feel like I can finally talk about it. I mean, your wedding day obviously is like the most beautiful day. There's so many things that happen on the day that are just so special, but there's also like a lot of planning and stuff, so there's just things to know, like, that will make your life easier. So yeah, I hope that these tips were helpful and that you can learn from my experiences. And if you are planning a wedding right now, let me know in the comments. Also, congratulations. If you know someone that's planning a wedding, maybe send them this video if you think it might help. And yeah, appreciate you guys watching as always and listening. I hope that you liked this video. So if you did, of course, as always, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell as well, because I'm posting more videos more often, and YouTube will only notify you if you've hit the bell button. So subscribe and the bell, and follow the Fashion Squirrel as well over on Instagram. And hopefully I will see you guys next time.